Do you think people are angrier in this day and age, or they're in better spirits? Like, it seemed to me, if you like observe the general popul, like maybe now there's a thing is relieving stress. Maybe people come online to relieve stress, but the general personality that seeks to just exist in negativity, say negative things, and be in that space, I think that would translate to your real life too. And I think social media has a lot to do with that. Back to the comparison
Yeah.
thing. Yeah,
You got to step
yeah.
away from this. It will consume your life. It will lead you to a path of this is crazy to me. Go ahead, Enos.
So I will say that I think what Harrison is saying is a valid thing, right? I think that a lot of men in general do struggle to tell the difference between a woman who's genuinely good and a woman who's faking the funk, right? And if we're fair, women have the same issue when it comes to men, right? A lot of women struggle to tell the difference between a good man and a man who's faking being good. So I think that the question is valid. My thing is, why is Beyonce the marker, right? And before you answer, I want to state that on the men's side, there's a whole lot of the some of the athletes, y'all, um, who are your favorites that have gotten into quite a few scandals. Some of the music y'all listen to propagates a whole lot of stuff that doesn't align with your belief systems, and yet y'all still know the lyrics to every track. There are so many other things. So why is it that when you're exhibiting the same behavior that you're criticizing women for. I understand there's differences in gender and that men and women are different. I do get that. But my question is when it comes to music and the consumption of music and using that to equate your output, why are we using Beyonce as the marker to determine the difference between a good woman and a woman who's faking being good?
Um, I think I personally use Beyonce as a marker. I can't speak. I can speak, but I won't probably be accurate to say for most men. But the reason why I target Beyonce is because I look at what a lot of her fans do and I see the reactions. Like you can't speak against them or speak against Beyonce. You can't say anything about her. You can't criticize anything, say anything. I look at the material. I see how the material has changed over the years. Now, granted, everybody's material is going to change because people change over time, right? But I look at the material. I look at the image. I look at people's analysis sometimes, but not so much. But I tend to look at who has the most influence, and I tend to see what's the effect of this influence. Is everything about Beyonce bad? Absolutely not. She promotes an image that, hey, listen, you can be a pillar of your community, you can help people, you can have your own style, and you can like kind of change the game in a lot of ways as far as how your people are treated, how your people are paid, and you can also affect the economy in a very good way. There's some positive to her, but to me there are some very strong things that I've seen and I've listened, and then I listen to the women talk about these things and I'm just like, this ain't it. So for me, that's why Beyonce is the marker. But to address the other thing that you said, I agree with you that a lot of us men, we listen to people and we listen to music and consume content that isn't very beneficial to our mindset. Like, we love gangster stuff, like some gangster rap. Throw some gangster rap. I don't even smoke, and I used to listen to songs about smoking.
And
Like me
y'all be
personally.
defending Future for dear life.
Oh, we don't defend Future. We just say he's very entertaining. He's sensational.
Oh no, it
But
be some defending on Future. Y'all be going in on Future. I mean, y'all be when it came to Sierra. Oh my gosh.
well, we go in on Future and Sierra because Sierra messed with Future, and he already got a slew of kids. You know what I'm saying? We're just like, it just didn't make
No, I'm
sense.
not talking about Sierra. What I'm saying to you is when it came to Russell having taken over that kid, when he became the stepdad to that kid, y'all was going in on him doing what he was doing something good went in on him and was taking Future's side, like, nah, that's Future kid. That's da 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 da. But
We
Future
won't
not
take a
taking
Future
care of
side.
the kid.
That's facts. That was Future's kid.
Yeah, but he's
Did-
not
did-
taking care of the kid.
we don't know that. And on top of that, did you see that picture where they was all naked and he was holding the kids? That was completely out of line. That
I
should
didn't.
have resulted in something. Like, all right, so it's a picture where they all knew Russell Wilson, Sierra, and I guess the two babies, and he holding all of them. This man got another man child naked on the cover of an album. That is a problem, bro.
I didn't
I don't know
see
how
it.
Future let that slide. I ain't know what to see. That shit would have ended resulted.
Because that's
Mm,
Russell's kid now.
mm. You say that's what?
That's Russell's kid now. That's
Mm.
What?
that's
It's
how
just,
I
it's
mean
just
that's how
weird.
it's
Like,
presented. And I'm gonna be honest because I've seen situations like this. The only way another man can move like that is if the father is not present the way that he needs to be. Now I have no idea if Sierra's trying to keep the baby from their kid from him or not. I have no idea, but I know that he's in a position that if he wanted to be involved, he has the money and means to make that happen. In terms of, like, I know a lot of men give the excuse about going to court, it costs too much. That's not his situation. That's definitely not his situation. So if he needed to go to court to make sure that he can have access to his child the way that he needs to, he can do that. The thing is that I've seen firsthand men who are involved. Not to say that sometimes the women, some women act a certain way. I'm not saying that. For the vast majority of the men that I know who are involved in their kid's life, even though they're not with the mother, the mother, for the most part, don't overstep her bounds when it comes to that relationship because he's going to check it. That's just what I've seen.
Let's not
So
go too deep into this, please. Please.
all right, just two quick points. One, parental alienation is a term for a reason.
Say that
Two, parental alienation is a term for a reason. The custodial parent usually has more say so than the parent who gets the child part time. 90 or 80% of the time, mothers are granted custodial custody. I believe that he is in the child's life. He's just not the custodial parent. And I talked about the example last week of a friend who was going through this with his ex-wife and mother of his child. And we just seen it play out again with Kanye as well, where she rather hire a manny than let him have his kids how he would like to. And he bought a house right next door. So we have seen in instances where people are bitter about breakups or unhappy with the father, where they will use the child as a pawn.